right now, as you're watching this. There's a war happening above your head. A constant storm of charged particles is blasting toward Earth at over 1,000,000 miles per hour. Radiation, plasma, solar wind powerful enough to strip entire atmospheres. And yet, you feel nothing. Because Earth has a shield, an invisible force field stretching tens of thousands of miles into space. The magnetic field. It deflects the sun's fury. It protects our atmosphere. It protects our power grids. It protects your DNA. But here's the terrifying part. The magnetic field is weakening. Scientists have measured it, and if it collapsed tomorrow, this is what would happen. Hour 0, the shield fails. Let's imagine something impossible happens. No slow weakening, no gradual reversal, just instant collapse. Earth's magnetic field drops to 0. At first, nothing looks different. The sky is still blue. Planes are still flying. Phones are still buzzing. But 8 minutes later, everything changes. Because 8 minutes is how long sunlight takes to reach Earth. And right behind that sunlight is the solar wind. Without the magnetosphere, Earth is suddenly exposed, raw, unfiltered, like standing outside during a nuclear blast. Except it's cosmic. Hour 1, satellites begin to die. The first victims are in orbit. Thousands of satellites, GPS, internet, banking, military, weather, they are no longer shielded. Normally, Earth's magnetic field deflects high-energy particles trapped in regions called the Van Allen radiation belts. But now, those belts destabilize. Radiation floods low Earth orbit. Electronics fry. Solar panels degrade instantly. Navigation systems glitch. Within hours, GPS becomes unreliable. Weather satellites fail. Internet backbone satellites shut down. The world doesn't panic yet, but cracks begin to show. Hour 6, the sky turns violent. Without the magnetic field guiding particles toward the poles. Auroras don't just appear near the Arctic, they appear everywhere. New York, Mexico, Brazil, Africa, Australia. The entire sky glows green, red, violet. It's beautiful. It's catastrophic. Because auroras mean radiation is penetrating the upper atmosphere. Airlines immediately ground flights. High-altitude crews are exposed to radiation levels normally seen near nuclear accidents. Passengers don't know why flights are canceled. Governments do, but they don't say it yet. Day 1. Power grids begin to fail. Now, the real damage starts when solar particles hit Earth's atmosphere without magnetic deflection. They induce electrical currents in the ground. These are called geomagnetically induced currents. Normally, Earth's magnetosphere absorbs most of it. Now, it doesn't. Long power lines act like antennas. Transformers overheat. Substations explode. Entire regions go dark. Something similar happened in 1989 during a solar storm that knocked out power in Quebec. But this is global. By the end of the first day, large parts of North America lose power. Europe experiences rolling blackouts. Parts of Asia disconnect their grids to avoid permanent damage. The modern world starts flickering. Day 2, communication collapse. Data centers rely on cooling. Internet exchanges rely on stability, with satellites failing and grids collapsing. Communication fragments, banking systems stall, ATMs stop working. Air traffic control loses redundancy. Stock markets suspend trading. Rumors spread faster than facts. People start buying bottled water. Fuel lines form. The panic begins. Day 3, the atmosphere starts to bleed. This is where it becomes planetary. Earth's magnetic field doesn't just protect electronics, it protects the atmosphere itself. Look at Mars. Billions of years ago, Mars had rivers, lakes, maybe even oceans, but it lost its magnetic field. Without that shield, the solar wind slowly stripped away its atmosphere. Today, Mars is a frozen desert. If Earth's field vanished permanently, the same process would begin, not instantly, but measurably. Atmospheric particles, especially hydrogen, begin escaping into space. Ozone chemistry destabilizes. Radiation reaching the surface increases. UV levels spike. Skin cancer rates would skyrocket within months. Agriculture would struggle under higher radiation stress, and this is just the beginning. Week 1. Radiation on the surface. Earth's atmosphere still blocks most deadly radiation, but without the magnetosphere, cosmic rays penetrate deeper. Radiation exposure increases especially at high altitudes near the poles. During solar flares, astronauts aboard the International Space Station would be in extreme danger. They would likely evacuate if possible, but space travel itself becomes risky. Launching rockets through unshielded radiation storms becomes nearly impossible. Humanity becomes grounded, trapped under a weakening sky. Month 1. Society under pressure. By now, the technological damage is severe. Replacing high-voltage transformers can take months, sometimes years. Many are custom-built. Many are destroyed simultaneously. Global supply chains break. Food distribution slows. Hospitals run on generators. Water systems struggle. Some countries stabilize. Others descend into chaos. Not because the magnetic field vanished, but because our civilization depends on fragile, interconnected systems. And those systems were never designed for this. The bigger question, has this happened before? Yes. Earth's magnetic field has reversed many times. The last full reversal was about 780,000 years ago, known as the Brunhes-Matuyama reversal. During a reversal, the field weakens, poles wander, strength can drop to 10% of normal, but it doesn't drop to 0, and it doesn't happen overnight. It unfolds over thousands of years. Life survived. But here's the difference. There were no power grids, no satellites, no global internet, no nuclear reactors dependent on cooling systems. We are the first species to build a civilization vulnerable to magnetism. Could this actually happen tomorrow? Short answer, no. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of molten iron in the outer core, the geodynamo. That system has enormous inertia. It cannot simply turn off in a day. Even during reversals, the collapse is gradual. But there is something that could mimic the effects. A massive solar superstorm, something like the Carrington event. In 1859, telegraph systems sparked. Operators were shocked. Auroras were seen near the equator, and that was before electricity-powered civilization. If a Carrington-level event hit today while the magnetic field was weak, damage could reach trillions of dollars, and recovery could take years. The true fragility of modern civilization. This scenario reveals something deeper. We live under the illusion of permanence. Wi-Fi feels permanent. Electricity feels permanent. GPS feels permanent. But they exist because of invisible physics, because of a molten iron core spinning 3,000 kilometers beneath your feet. Because of magnetism you cannot see. Because the sun has not yet decided to test us. Civilization is not built on concrete, it's built on cosmic luck. If the field never came back, if Earth permanently lost its magnetic field, over millions of years. Atmospheric loss would accelerate, radiation would increase, climate could shift unpredictably. Humanity would need underground cities, radiation shielding, artificial magnetic field generators in orbit. Some scientists have even proposed creating magnetic shields in space to protect planets, ideas discussed for Mars colonization. Ironically, we may one day need that technology for Earth, right now. The magnetic field is still there, still fighting, still deflecting billions of tons of solar particles every second. You don't hear it, you don't see it, you don't thank it. But without it, within days, our technological world fractures. Within years, our atmosphere changes. Within geological time, Earth becomes something else. The scariest part? The greatest threat to humanity might not be war, not asteroids, not climate, but the invisible shield we take for granted. Because sometimes, the most powerful forces in the universe are the ones you never notice.